up? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Runs on Diesel here. What else needs to be said about yesterday and day one of the NCAA tournament? As you know, St. Peter's, New Mexico State, Richmond bust everyone's brackets up. And to be honest, you might as well just take all your sheets and just throw them all over the place and stuff, because there's no point in. You might as well just rip it up, be done with your brackets, because this is absurd on how this all played out. And only 192 brackets, might I add here, are perfect out of over 20 million filled out submitted brackets on ESPN, Yahoo, etc. And it starts with Michigan over Colorado State here. Obviously led by Hunter Dickinson, 21.6 rebounds, and then Brooks, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for the guard there. More than 40% of the brackets, almost half the brackets, had Colorado State beating Michigan. Why? Why would you have Colorado State over Michigan? Obviously, we know that they have had an up and down season. They have struggled. Like, let's just be real. Let's be honest here. It's been a roller coaster season for them. The whole Juwan Howard thing with the Wisconsin coaching staff there. And Michigan comes in and knocks out Colorado State in the first round of the tournament. First game, by the way, this is the first game of the tournament, and more than 45% of the brackets are not perfect anymore. Just like that. Over 9 million brackets got kicked out after the first game of the tournament, thanks to Michigan. I picked Michigan because they play in the Big Ten. You're talking Illinois, Iowa, Michigan State, Indiana. I mean, the list goes on who they play versus Colorado State, who's coming out of the Mountain West Conference that doesn't have superior opposition like the Big Ten Conference does. So I had no hesitations of picking Michigan. Less than 10% of the brackets had Richmond beating Iowa. And I didn't think Richmond had a possible chance at this game, because Iowa, top 10 team in the nation in scoring, averaging over 84 points a game, and Richmond just comes in there, led by Gilliard, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And then you had Tyler Burton, who had a great first half, finished with 18 points, 11 rebounds. And they go in there and they hold Iowa to 63 points. Like over 20 points under their average. I mean, what else needs to be said? That you give credit to Richmond's defense. These double-digit seeds year in and year out. And once again, the 5-12 curse is still alive and well, because not only did we have one 12 seed win yesterday, but we had 2 12 seeds win yesterday in New Mexico State over UConn behind Teddy Allen's 37 points. And he absolutely shredded the UConn defense. And to think that New Mexico State, not only behind Teddy Allen's 37, but as a team, they shot over 46% from the field. They shot 11 of 17 from downtown. They shot over 60% from three-point range. And then they went perfect from the free throw line. So they were good in all 3 phases of the game. And UConn's defense could not hold them. There was too much Teddy Allen. I mean, there was just too much of him. And, I mean, what do you have, like 13 made free throws? I mean, that's absurd. I mean, he just kept getting to the line, drawing fouls. I mean, the kid's a stud. Clearly, he's a stud. And obviously, you know, we have one more 5-12 matchup today here in day 2. Obviously, by the time you guys see this, we'll be in the middle of day 2 games. But you have UAB, the 12 seed UAB against Houston. I don't think UAB is going to win this game. I have Houston winning this ball game. The big game, the big bracket buster, St. Peter's over Kentucky. Kentucky had 6% of the brackets filled out to have them win the national championship, which is twice as many brackets as people had St. Peter's winning the game against Kentucky. But you give credit to St. Peter's. St. Peter's does a great job defensively, even though it was a really high-scoring game. But they played defense when it mattered most. And most importantly, Kentucky couldn't slow this team down. I mean, St. Peter shut the lights out of the gym. They shot over 50% from the field, shot over 50% from three, and then they shoot 18 to 21 from the free throw line, 85%. You're not going to lose many ball games when you shoot those kind of percentages in a game. And honestly, for Kentucky's side, obviously a Final Four favorite. 28% of the brackets had Kentucky as a Final Four team, and to think that they're out in round one, that's March Madness for you, baby. So please let me know in the comment section on who your Final Four is. Obviously, one of my Final Four teams is out, Kentucky. But with that being said, let me know what your Final Four teams are and who you have winning the national title game. I have Gonzaga winning it. They had a scare in the first half there against Georgia State, but then they pulled it together and went off in that second half. And I think they scored like 60 points in the second half behind Drew Timme. Drew Timme, 32 points, 13 rebounds. But thank you guys again so much for your time. If you guys have not already, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you love the content, if you want to see more. Stay tuned for day 2's reaction of the NCAA tournament as we have a slew of games coming up here, starting off with Loyola Chicago. Sister Jean, you can't go against Sister Jean. I'm sorry. You can't go against that woman. And but we'll see how it all plays out. Thank you guys again. I hope to see all your faces in the next one. Deuces.